This is macOS Ken.
An epic fail in North Dakota, news of new betas for developers, and India gets an activity challenge with a twist. It's Wednesday, the 17th of February, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Mint Mobile. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/macOSCan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSCan. The Epic Fortnite fight in North Dakota against Apple and Google has failed. I told you yesterday of legislation up for a vote in the Peace Garden state, submitted by a lobbyist who works for Epic Games and the Coalition for App Fairness. Whatever they said didn't work this time. The legislation was rejected 11-36, according to a piece from Apple Insider. Had it succeeded, it would have basically broken the iOS App Store and put a hurt on the Google Play Store, allowing in-app purchase schemes besides those run by Google and Apple, and in Apple's case, forcing iPhone open to app stores besides Apple's own. Why dwell on what might have been? Because it may come back around. According to the piece, the New York Times reports that lawmakers in Georgia and Arizona are considering nearly identical legislation. A state representative in Massachusetts said he was considering introducing a similar bill, and App Store legislation is also being pushed in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway is a tiny bit lighter on Apple shares. Apple Insider says the Oracle of Omaha cut his firm's stake in Apple by 6% last quarter. While we can't say for certain, it seems likely that he simply sold a little Apple so he could buy a lot of other stuff. While dropping shares in the Cupertino company, the piece says Buffett opened new stakes in Verizon, Chevron, Marsh & McLennan, and EW Scripts. Apple is still Berkshire Hathaway's top holding by market value and second biggest in terms of number of shares held. Apple shares make up 10.6% of Buffett's portfolio, according to the report. Developers got a slew of new betas on Tuesday. iDownload blog says the Cupertino company hit dev types with round 2 betas of iOS 14.5, iPadOS 14.5, tvOS 14.5, and watchOS 7.4. Features showing up in the iOS beta include dual SIM support for 5G and iPhone 12 models, AirPlay 2 support for Fitness Plus, streaming video not popping stats on the screen, the ability to unlock an iPhone with Face ID while wearing a mask, as long as you're wearing an Apple Watch, support for a few more wireless game controllers, the ability to set the default music streaming app for Siri besides Apple Music, support for multiple users on a single Apple Card, and a feature to have Siri call for emergency assistance. Now, cool as all that sounds, the thing I'm most excited about is new Emoji. No, I almost never use Emoji, but yes, new ones make me happy. CNET says yesterday's beta releases include new Emoji, some revised, some completely new. According to the report, the beta includes a heart on fire, an exhaling face, and more skin tone variations for emoji, including couples kissing. Changes have also been made to the syringe emoji, removing blood to make it more useful for depicting COVID-19 vaccines. Additionally, the headphones emoji looks like a pair of AirPods Max now. Of course, those look like headphones, so okay. Other additions include gender options for people with beards, according to the piece, a face in the clouds, and a face with spiral eyes. Shouldn't that face in the clouds actually be head in the clouds? Either that or somebody being gassed. Kind of a last summer feel for that last one. Anyway, new emoji coming soon. Collect them all. Important news for developers working on Health Pass apps. You're going to need a working relationship with public health authorities. Mac Rumors had Apple making that clear on Tuesday. The piece explains a Health Pass app is classified as an app that generates a pass that's used to enter buildings and access in-person services based on testing and vaccination records. That is, of course, tied to COVID-19. Just like every other COVID app out there, Apple wants to leave administration of such passes to medical professionals. Apple let developers know Tuesday with the recent release of COVID-19 vaccines, we've seen an increase in apps that generate health passes used to enter buildings and access in-person services based on testing and vaccination records. To ensure these apps responsibly handle sensitive data and provide reliable functionality, they must be submitted by developers working with entities recognized by public health authorities, such as test kit manufacturers, laboratories, or healthcare providers. As with other apps related to COVID-19, Apple continues, we also accept apps submitted directly by government, medical, and other credentialed institutions. News for Microsoft Office on iPad users. You can now have all three of Mr. Softy's productivity titles in one app. A piece from CNET outlines the change. According to that, Microsoft Office merged Word, Excel, and PowerPoint into a single app on iOS and Android back in 2019, but iPad owners didn't have an optimized version. The latest update changed that on Tuesday by adding full support for Apple's tablets. It's worth pointing out, as the Digital Media Zone's Richard Gunther did on Twitter, this is only optimized if you want more than one of those apps. If you only want Word, an app that also includes Excel and PowerPoint, might seem a bit bloated. If that's you, good news, you don't have to follow the unified route. CNET says standalone versions of the three apps are still available and don't seem to lack any of the features found in the Office app. I'm starting to wonder whether there's an addictive element to suing Apple over gambling apps in the App Store. Last month, we heard word of a suit against Apple seeking to hold it responsible for thousands of dollars spent on in-app currency and accusing the company of smuggling virtual slot machines into people's homes. Last October, there was a suit that argued that gambling apps that don't actually pay out still break the law by urging people to pay real money to keep playing. Now Apple Insider says there is another suit just like that last one. According to the report, a class action lawsuit filed on Tuesday targets Apple for hosting and profiting from casino-style apps through the App Store, specifically titles developed by Zynga. While Zynga is culpable in the plaintiff's opinion because it lets people buy more in-app currency to play longer, Apple is also taken to task for giving Zynga the developer tools to develop the games. Plus, they host the games in the App Store and take a cut of sales. According to the report, this system, paying money for a chance to win more playing time, allegedly violates anti-gambling laws in 25 states at issue in the case. I could name all 25, but I'm not gonna. Plaintiffs are looking for an injunction to stop the sale of the games, damages, restitution, and legal fees. More news in a moment, but first a word from Mint Mobile. If you're looking to save money, you need look no further than your phone. Mint Mobile can cut your wireless bill to as little as $15 a month. They do that by cutting out stuff you don't need, like stores you never go to and benefits that don't seem that beneficial. What you do get is unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You also get a 7-day money-back guarantee. That is 7 days to really try it out. Make sure their speed is what you need, that their coverage covers you. If you're not completely satisfied, return it within 7 days for a full refund. For me, it's been fantastic. And a full year cost me less than 3 months with my old carrier. Beat that. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/macOScan. That's MINT, mintmobile.com/macOScan. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/macOScan. Another expansion for Apple Pay. Mac Rumors says Apple Wallet and its associated contactless payment solution now support the Russian-German Neobank Vivid Money in France. Vivid announced the compatibility on Twitter. Users confirmed early Tuesday that they were able to slip their Vivid Visa card into their Apple wallets. India is getting an Apple Watch fitness challenge of its own. iDownload blog highlights a report from the Indian Express covering Get Active India. The challenge comes with the usual. It's the users versus the rings, pushing themselves for virtual medallions and virtual stickers for iMessage. Then comes the unusual. Users can represent their city or a city of their choice in the Get Active India challenge. While Apple is involved, the piece says participants have to download a third-party app from the App Store called Challenges. From there, the piece says, with the app installed on your device, simply enter the code India and pick a city that you would like to represent. 11 major metros from which to choose, with cities and towns in the rest of the country lumped together into the Rest of India category. If you're in India and wondering when you can get active, you're actually already running behind. The Get Active India Challenge started on Monday, the 15th of February. It runs through Sunday, the 14th of March. And finally today, you will not escape the power that is Billie Eilish. Not if Apple has anything to say about it anyway. Ahead of the documentary, Billie Eilish, The World's a Little Blurry. The Mac Observer says Apple TV Plus has released another sneak peek. You can see the latest clips on YouTube. Don't expect the dribs and drabs to stop until the 26th of February. That is when the documentary finally drops on Apple TV Plus. Coming up in a few minutes, a couple of guys who do daily tech news shows, Tom Merritt of Daily Tech News Show and Ken Ray of macOS Ken, talk over what pushes rumor into news. Plus, chatting up AR, VR possibilities from Apple. Hear it all in a few minutes. Look for that show and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken Live goes live again today, but you don't have to be there for the live part. Please subscribe to the audio podcast, macOS Ken Live, wherever you subscribe to this one. Now, if you are free this afternoon, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern, it would be great to have you for the live show. Join us and yuck it up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KenRay. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Mint Mobile. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/macOSCan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSCan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.